Main interface editable logo area. You can upload your brand logo or other images through the management system to display in the upper left corner. Enhancing brand awareness. Drink category area. You can categorize and display the drinks for sale, making it easier for customers to choose and reducing selection difficulty. Language selection area. You can switch between different languages to facilitate. Currently, 7 languages are supported. Drink display area displays the drinks available for sale. The product categories and display layout can be customized. Device number and network status. Display area shows the device number, network connection status, signal strength, and device fault information. Prompts. Page turning area. Switch to the next page of drink display. Custom function area. You can enable drink collection and membership functions and customize the currently supported functions in the management system according to your own needs. These functions need to be enabled and customized in the factory settings menu. 2. To enter the management interface, long press the select drink for at least 5 seconds. If a verification password is set in the management system, enter the correct verification password. This password can be modified. 3. The management interface is divided into a status display area, a functional classification display area, and a submenu setting area. The upper left corner will display the device number and network status. The lower left corner will show the app version and the main control board firmware. Version information. The middle left area is the first level management menu display area. The right area is the setting area for submenus under the first level management menu. The orange unlock function key in the upper right corner can be used to open the device's electronic lock with one click, allowing the door to be open for maintenance and operation of the device. Let's specifically introduce the detailed settings for each menu operation and maintenance management. Raw material replenishment. After each replenishment of raw materials, we need to make corresponding settings in the app to let the device know exactly how much raw material has been replenished. Take freshly ground raw materials as an example. When you replenish coffee beans, first click clear, then click replenish and enter the exact weight of all the coffee beans, or directly click replenish to enter the exact weight you've replenished. This method is also applicable to replenishment of other raw materials. Please note, if you want to quickly replenish the device after filling in all the raw materials, first click click clear to clear all raw material data, and then select and click click full replenishment. Replenish 70, replenish 50, or replenish 20 to quickly replenish all raw material data. Operation management, raw material settings. Raw material settings interface displays the information of the raw materials used for the current beverages for sale. Clicking on edit allows you to modify the name of each raw material and whether to enable the concentration adjustment function. If the concentration adjustment function is enabled, customers can adjust the concentration of the raw materials according to the preset rules when purchasing beverages, creating beverages that suit their preferences. Be advised, only material 6 can select is the raw material sugar option. If the option for raw material 6 is selected, and both the concentration adjustment function and the raw material sugar option are checked, customers can choose the sweetness of the beverage when making it. Operation management. Water volume fine-tuning. This interface allows for fine-tuning of the hot and cold water output volumes for each pipeline. Click reset to restore default settings. Adjust the water output volume by sliding the slider. The water volume adjustment range is 60 milliliters. Please note, be sure to click submit to save the settings. Operation management. Raw material calibration. Significance of raw material calibration is to measure the output speed of various raw materials. It only needs to be set under the following circumstances. 1. New machine installation. 2. Changing raw material types. 3. Reinstalling the app. 4. Switching the background encountering the raw material calibration process. JK86 raw material calibration. 1. Prepare tools and materials. Electronic scale. Empty paper cup. Coffee beans required. Instant powder. 2. After turning on the machine, long press select drink on the top left of the screen to enter the operation management interface. Click raw material calibration to enter the raw material calibration page 3. On the device screen, click unlock to open the device door. For after adding coffee beans to the bean storage, open the gate of the bean storage and add the corresponding instant powder in the container and install it properly. Take out an empty paper cup, cut it in the middle. Keep the bottom 5 centimeters or so of the cup. Align the paper cup properly for weighing and subtract its weight in the subsequent calculations. 6. Place the cut paper cup flat on the powder hopper of the extractor. Make sure the paper cup can catch the powder outlet of the grinding device. 7. In the raw material calibration interface, select freshly ground, click the right side's powder quantity calibration button. A powder quantity calibration interface pops up. Raw material freshly ground discharge time. Click the time at the back and select 5S. Click start test. Wait for the grinding to complete. Gently tap the black powder funnel to make all the coffee powder fall into the paper cup. Remove the paper cup on the extractor and the coffee powder inside. And weigh it. Record the weight of the coffee powder. 8. Repeat steps 3 to 7 above for more than 3 times. Record the weight of the coffee powder each time. Take the average weight value and fill it in the horizontal line after the discharge weight. Click the bottom right corner Save, and the coffee bean calibration is completed. 9. Calibrate the raw material. 3. Remove the partition plate on the third mixing chamber. Remove the lid of the mixing bowl. 10. Place the paper cup flat on the upper side of the mixing chamber. The paper cup can catch the powder outlet of the corresponding container. 11. Calibrate the instant powder. 1. Raw material position 1. Click the right side's powder quantity calibration button. A powder quantity calibration interface pops up. Raw material position 3. Discharge time. Click the time at the back and select 5S. Click start test. Wait for the discharge to complete. Remove the paper cup on the mixing chamber and the instant powder inside. And weigh it. Record the weight of the instant powder. 12. Repeat steps 3 to 7 above for more than 3 times. Record the weight of the instant powder each time. Take the average weight value and fill it in the horizontal line after the discharge weight. Click the bottom right corners. Save the first instant raw material calibration is completed. 13. Restore and install the third mixing cover and partition plate. 14. Calibrate raw material 2. Refer to steps 9 to 10, 11 to 12, 13. Calibrate all raw materials in sequence and fill in the values and save. Operation management function testing. Cleaning instructions can assist operation personnel in quickly and automatically cleaning the equipment, improving operation efficiency, and can solve some problems of pipe blockage. Clean Instant automatically use hot water to quickly clean. Pipeline. It is necessary to observe whether there's any objects in the water output of each pipeline. If there are obvious strange objects, the cleaning by hot water instruction needs to be repeatedly executed for pipeline cleaning. If necessary, the corresponding pipeline needs to be disassembled for manual cleaning to ensure the pipeline is clean. It is recommended to execute the cleaning by hot water instruction at least 3 times per operation cycle. Clean ground coffee, automatic cleaning of the fresh grinding module waterway. It is recommended to execute the cleaning by fresh grinding instruction at least 3 times per operation cycle. Clean ground coffee, automatic cleaning of the fresh grinding module waterway. It is recommended to execute the cleaning by fresh grinding instruction at least 3 times per operation cycle. Emptying by fresh grinding only when the management system or the large screen of the machine pops up the E07 code. The emptying by fresh grinding instruction needs to be executed. The E07 code indicates abnormal flow of the fresh grinding module, and the emptying by fresh grinding instruction needs to be repeatedly executed until the code disappears. Whole machine cleaning, the cleaning of the freshly ground pipeline. powder pipeline will be carried out in sequence. Water and powder output single test. It can independently test the water output function for each pipeline, and also to test the function of the motor that outputs powder. Select powder, raw materials to indicate that the motor is being tested. First, remove the raw material box, input the P. Required pipeline number for the test. Click on the test time and observe. The working state of the powder output motor for the corresponding pipeline. Select hot water or cold water, input the required pipeline number, click on the test time, and observe. Whether the corresponding pipeline correctly outputs cold water or hot water. Water and powder output cycle test. This can be used to conduct periodic tests on the motors and water outlets of multiple pipelines, mainly for testing the stability of the equipment. The test method is similar to the single test method. Be advised in the right area. There's the place can test the specified functions by entering command codes. This function is only for factory engineers. Track test. This function can test whether the functions of the track are normal. There are a total of 6 track coordinates, namely the first ice removal position, the second cup landing position, the third water discharge position. The track will move to the starting position. And then you can input the corresponding position number in the input field and click the track test. The track will move to the corresponding position. Track cycle test. The track cycle test enables a cyclic test of the movement of the track. Enter the track number, input the number of times the test needs to be conducted, and click Start Test. The track will move in sequence from position 1. Position to position 3, and so on to the designated test position, and this cycle will repeat. Front door test instructions. The functions of cup dropping, lead pressing, and automatic door opening, closing can be tested. The testing method is as follows. Click the track reset instruction. The track moves to the starting position. Enter to inches the track test column, then move to the cup dropping position. Click the cup dropping instruction. The machine will drop a paper cup. Modify the position in the track test column to 4. Then move to the lead dropping position. Click to drop a lead. The machine will drop a cup lid. Modify the position in the track test column to 5. Then, move to the lead pressing position. Click the lid pressing instruction. The machine will perform the lead pressing action. Modify the position in the track test column to 6. Then move to the cup delivery position. Click to open the automatic door. After the door opens, take out the paper cup and check the lid pressing effect. Click to close the automatic door. The automatic door will close. Electronic lock instruction. This test can verify whether the opening action of the electronic lock is smooth. After locking the secondary door, click on the Unlock button. The electronic lock will pop open. Observe whether the process is smooth. Brewing test. During the brewing test, the machine will complete the entire process of the track movement during the beverage making procedure, as well as the processes of placing the cup, covering it, pressing the lead, opening the door, and so on. Wastewater tray test. Click shrink. The wastewater discharge will contract. Click stretch. The wastewater tray will extend. Operation management. Resource management. This interface lists all the configured images, videos, etc. It includes the thumbnails, detailed pictures uploaded in the beverage recipe, as well as the images and videos configured in the advertising function. If there is any abnormal display of images or videos, you can manually click re-download after the device is connected to the network to re-download the files of the abnormal resources. Operation management. Operation log. This interface records the operation process of the operation personnel. It is just for reference. System settings. In the system settings interface, some customizable options for device owners are available. System settings function settings. Enable ad playback. If the advertising function is configured in the management system, this function must be checked. Otherwise, the advertisement files will not be displayed on the device. Enable cup selection. This function is not supported on this model. Do not enable this function. Enable free payment. Generally, it can be used in test environments such as internal testing or post-operation machine testing. If this function is checked when making beverages, and free option will be displayed on the payment interface. Clicking free allows for beverage production testing without any payment. Enable drink redemption. If an exchange code is created in the management system, and once specific customers can redeem beverages for free through the exchange code, this function needs to be enabled. Enable member function. By binding the independently developed widget mini program, a QR code can be displayed on the machine, allowing customers to scan and join as members. Be advised, this function is only supported in CN. Enable status bar. Check the box to enable the status bar. A navigation bar menu will be displayed at the bottom, allowing you to quickly access the Android desktop settings menu through the navigation bar menu. Upload log. If the machine experiences any abnormal situation requiring support from the factory engineers, please click the Upload Log button to upload the log file and provide details about the abnormal phenomenon and the time it occurred. System settings. Application information. This interface records the software and hardware information of the device. Interface settings. Interface display. Product grid layout. You can customize the arrangement of the product menu. Enable product classification. If this function is not enabled, the product menu will be arranged in the conventional way. If this function is enabled, the products will be classified. In the left area of the screen, product font size. Customers can customize the font size of the screen. There are 3 options available. Time settings. Entering advertisement countdown. The time setting range is 160 to 140 seconds. The countdown will be displayed in the lower right corner and will stop counting once it reaches 0, at which point the advertisement will be shown. Time settings. Payment timeout time. The time setting range is 160 to 240 seconds. The machine provides the payment function within the set time range. If the time limit is exceeded, the transaction will be automatically canceled. Custom buttons. Enable custom buttons. You can customize the function of the buttons yourself. This feature must be enabled for the custom button functions to be displayed on the home page. Jump links. Customers can set the jump link address themselves payment list number of columns in the payment list display. You can freely switch the display mode of payment options according to your preference. Factory settings. To access the factory settings menu, you need to enter the verification password. The password is 123456. This password cannot be changed. Be advised, any settings in the factory settings menu are not recommended for customers to modify by themselves, as it may result in inavailability of the device functions. If necessary, please contact the after-sales engineer. Equipment configuration. Instant soluble module settings. Under this menu, there are 5 options. If you check and enable the corresponding option, the corresponding test function menu will be displayed on the Operation Management Function Test interface. Equipment configuration. Instant grind cleaning interval. This function allows instant grind can be automatically cleaned at the preset time intervals. Enabling this function ensures that the temperature of the instant grind beverages remains relatively constant, but it will consume more water. Equipment configuration. Instant grind cleaning and drainage instructions. If enable this option on the Operation Management Function Testing interface, the instant grind cleaning and instant grind drainage instructions menu will be displayed. Equipment configuration. Front door module settings. Lid latch command, track command, electronic lock command, cup ejection command. Check to enable this option. On the Operation Management Function Testing interface, menus for lead latch test, track test, electronic lock test, and cup ejection test will be displayed. Cover activation period. The customer can define the usage period for the cup cover function themselves. Equipment configuration. Factory settings. Save factory settings. After setting the raw material calibration and custom functions, please save the settings. The app will automatically upload the settings to the server. Restore factory settings. If the settings are lost due to reasons such as reinstalling apps, switching accounts, etc., you can click Restore Factory Settings to recover them. Payment settings. Skip payment. Once this function is enabled on the payment interface for purchasing beverages, the free button will be continuously displayed. The purchaser can click the free button to have the beverage prepared without making a payment. Please use this function with caution. The functions of cash payment, card payment, and payment of change require the support of payment devices. If the device is equipped with cash payment, card payment devices, and change devices, after checking this function, the corresponding payment methods will be displayed for customers to choose. Scan BAL payment code payment. After enabling this function, you can make payments by scanning the Scan BAL QR code. The device needs to be registered and apply for the Scan BO payment function in the Wedget Mini program. Be advised, this function can only be used in CN currency code. Display name. Support modification of currency code following 5 rate settings. These settings need to be configured only when the machine is equipped with cash dispensing equipment, card reading equipment, and change giving equipment. Please make the settings under the guidance of the after-sales engineer, or the payment function may malfunction. Payment agreement. Please do not make any modifications. If necessary, please contact the after-sales engineer and follow their instructions to make the settings. Communication settings. Serial port settings. This interface is used to configure the communication interface between the Android board and the main control board. Please do not modify it. If necessary, please contact the after-sales engineer and follow their guidance to make the settings.